Welcome back to English Made Interesting. Who does not like beautiful cats and feline idioms? Fight like cat and dog, meaning to argue continuously with each other. Origin: the phrase dates back to 1611 when it was performed at the Globe Theatre. The play was about the Celtic legend of King Cunobelinus. Some critics found the play to be a disaster, while others saw it as a romantic gesture. However, the word fight does not appear in the passage, but the reference to destroying and killing creatures clearly signifies the fight between cats and dogs. Raining cats and dogs, meaning raining heavily. Origin: Odin, the Norse god of storms, was often pictured with dogs and wolves, which were symbols of wind. Witches who supposedly rode their brooms during storms were often pictured with black cats, which became signs of heavy rain for sailors. Therefore, raining cats and dogs may refer to a storm with wind, which refers to dogs, and heavy rain, which refers to cats. Cats and dogs may come from the Greek expression katadoxa, which means contrary to experience or belief. If it is raining cats and dogs, it is raining unusually or unbelievably hard. There is more than one way to skin a cat, meaning there are multiple ways to accomplish a task. Origin: there is more than one way to skin a cat means there are many ways to do something, there are many ways to achieve a goal. To set or put a cat amongst the pigeons, meaning to intentionally cause a disturbance or action which rouses trouble. Origin: in Britain, a sadistic pastime was making a cat walk among pigeons. The onlookers would gleefully watch as a cat would maul the birds. There have been instances when a cat had been thrown among doors. Cat has 9 lives, meaning cat can survive through dangerous situations. Origin: medieval Europe was ruthless towards cats as they were linked with witches. During this time, cats were thrown off from high towers to kill them, but some amazingly survived as they landed on their feet. That's how this idiom came about during the Dark Ages. Some theorists trace the origin of this idiom to the time when cats were venerated in ancient Egypt. Atum-Ha, the Egyptian sun god, was believed to guise himself as a cat to visit the realms of hell. As per the myth, he gave birth to 8 gods, thereby bestowing 9 divine lives in one cat. The number 9 has mystical significance in many cultures. In both Christianity and Hinduism, the number 9 symbolizes divine completeness. In Chinese culture, 9 is a lucky number. In Norse mythology, the universe is divided into 9 worlds, and in Greek mythology, there are 9 muses. A cat in gloves catches no mice, meaning you can't get what you want if you are too careful. If one is too cautious and polite, she or he will not succeed. Some shrewdness or aggressiveness is required to get things done. It literally means that if the cat protects his paws with gloves, he will not be able to nab even one mouse. Origin: there is no record of the proverb's first use in English. A similar French proverb, which literally translates to "a gloved cat will never mouse well," has been used since the 14th century. A catnap, meaning a short sleep during the day. Origin: in the early 1800s, people began using this term to describe short periods of sleep during the day that were similar to those cats have. Cats are notorious for sleeping up to 12 to 16 hours a day. Sometimes they sleep for several hours, but often they just doze in the sunlight for minutes at a time. However, do you know the origin of napping? It all started in ancient Egypt. The cat was a sacred animal at that time, so the pharaoh began to emulate this animal's behavior. Nowadays, experts have said that short naps during the day are a great way of restoring energy and increasing productivity. Usually, when working people take a nap, we do not call it a catnap, we call it a power nap. Bell the cat, meaning take on a difficult or impossible task. Origin: to bell the cat means to attempt or agree to attempt an impossibly difficult task that, if achieved, will benefit the entire community. The idiom bell the cat comes from a fable attributed to Aesop called the Mice in Council. In the fable, a group of mice decide that the best way to deal with a murderous cat is to put a bell around his neck so that he can no longer sneak upon the mice. The trouble comes when it is time to decide which mouse will be the one to risk his life to put the bell around the cat's neck. None of the mice will volunteer, and the moral of the fable is don't only consider the outcome when making plans, the plan itself must be achievable or it is useless. Today, to bell the cat means to risk one's well-being in order to perform a difficult task that, if achieved, will benefit the entire community. Related terms are bells the cat, belled the cat, belling the cat, etc. Cat fight, meaning fight between two women. Origin: the term cat fight was recorded by the Oxford English Dictionary as a title and subject of an 1824 mock heroic poem by Benazir Mag. In the United States, it was first recorded as being used to describe a fight between women in an 1854 book written by Benjamin Ferris. Cat on a hot tin roof, meaning to be extremely nervous. Origin: Cat on a hot tin roof is well known as a title of a play first performed in 1955 by the American author Tennessee Williams. There are several allusions to the phrase in the dialogue. The French equivalent of these phrases literally means to be on blazing coals, with reference to a medieval ordeal, that is, a test of guilt or innocence by subjection of an accused to severe pain, survival of which was taken as divine proof of innocence. Cat and mouse, or play cat and mouse, meaning playful in an unpleasant way, or trying to trick someone into making a mistake and defeat them. Origin: the phrase cat and mouse has a brief history. The term derives from domesticated cats and their hunting behaviors. Domestic cats will play with their captured prey by continually releasing it to tire and weaken it. This allows for small cats to make a successful kill without getting hurt in the process. The main factors that make a situation of cat and mouse: one, involve a pursuer and pursued, and teasing or tormenting before a finale. This phrase has been around for hundreds of years, tracing back to 1675, and even being used in the Grimm Brothers fairy tale Cat and Mouse in Partnership. Cool cat, meaning someone who has a respect for their peers in a casual way. Someone, usually a man, who is regarded as hip and cool. Cat, as a slang term for a man, is commonly associated with jazz music. Origin: the phrase cool cat entered the language in the 1940s, associated with jazz music. The slang references to cats as people who appreciate jazz, date to 1936, and the use of cool in reference to jazz music appeared in 1947. The mashup cool cat probably occurred soon thereafter. Curiosity killed the cat, meaning stop asking questions, don't be too curious. Origin, literature. The oldest form of this idiom is recorded in Ben Jonson's 1598 play Every Man in His Humour. Later, William Shakespeare used it in his play. This phrase is often used to silence a person with unwarranted inquisitiveness. Fat cat, meaning a highly placed, well-paid executive. Origin. The word was first used in the 1920s in the United States to describe rich political donors. Let the cat out of the bag. The cat is out of the bag, meaning reveal a secret or the secret has been revealed. Origin. In the 1500s in Europe, sellers used to cheat their customers by selling a cat instead of a pig. In the market, they would ask the buyer not to open the bag till they reached home, so that the trickery would not be made out beforehand. Look what the cat dragged in, meaning someone unwelcomed has arrived. Origin. The idea behind this idiom is clear to anyone who has owned a pet cat with access to the outside and inside of the house. Despite being domesticated, cats love to hunt. They will often bring back the bounty of their hunts to the house. It is possible they mean to offer their kills as gifts to their human owners. Regardless, most owners do not appreciate the dead or dying game brought back to their house. These animals are often small rodents covered in blood and spit. In other words, they look disgusting. No room to swing a cat. Not enough room to swing a cat, meaning very small place which is not big enough. The phrase is said to have originated in the British Navy, and the cat refers to a whip which was called the cat o' nine tails. The theory goes that there was not enough room below the deck to whip the sailors as punishment, hence the phrase. Cat has got your tongue, meaning this expression is used to describe someone who suddenly stops talking or is unable to speak. Origin. The origin goes back to the witch hunting age, when the witch was believed to have made people unable to speak by feeding his tongue to her pet black cat. It may also refer to how the saucy sailors who would talk back were rendered speechless when smacked with the cat o' nine tails. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay safe.